Do you guys do much content these days?
Ah, should be doing more content these days is the answer. Yeah, listen, I'm trying, okay? I'm doing my best over here. I'm trying to do a YouTube video a week in terms of content. So if people want to check that out, they can. But yeah, I'm usually caught up in the mastermind. So we have like a paid subscription model, like private group. And so most of my time is spent in there and then also doing like some one-on-one coaching online and then also obviously our boot camps. So it's I'm trying to figure out the balance still. Because when we were running like this last year, I basically just stopped doing content on YouTube and shit like that because I was just
Mm.
busy with like our paid clients. But I really enjoy doing like the free content. So yeah, this one of my goals 2024 is yeah, really sticking to at least like one video a week and pumping that out. So that's the plan anyway. We'll see how that goes.
All right. So actually, the way it works for me, I had the same kind of problem because I was living in Peru and I'm living in London now. So my time zone is not lined up with everyone in USA, Canada, and so on. So because of my time zone being 4 to 8 hours ahead of Canada and the USA, easternmost and westernmost. Um, the solution I found is tend to do videos like this, collaboration videos at least, from 9 p.m. Now, this is exclusive to my time zone. Um, but for me, all the work for the rest of the day has already been done, and then the content is at the end of the day, but there's no specific day. It's just whenever anyone's available. And then I do video editing every Tuesday, all Tuesday. So it's very simplified in terms of there's a set day for the editing itself. But when it comes to content, I can just pick whatever day from 9 p.m. onwards because that's just after my dinner anyway. So I have it pretty simplified, but maybe you can find some kind of balance like that.
Bro, why are you editing your own videos?
Yeah, it,
You
it's
is that because
it's
you
not
enjoy it or
that bad when you're so used to it, but I understand that a lot, even Mr. Beast, for example, really didn't want to give that up, but obviously other people edit his videos. Yeah, I do it all myself.
I
I mean,
mean,
you
yeah,
can
to be
double
fair,
out your input. So for me, I'm a bit different to you guys. I'm putting as much content out as physically possible. So, from Twitter, you'll see me anywhere from 20 to 50 times a day on Twitter. I'm tweeting.
what?
Uh, yeah,
It's
like
insane.
Bruh.
I'm recording a video every day, so I have my you make it as Atomic Habits, you make it as simple as possible. So for me, I'm up to my fourth or fifth version of my mentorship course. So I make it more refined every year. I make it more refined. For me, I'm putting a Instagram reel out every day on both on my personal Instagram, or not personal Instagram, my business Instagram every day. I'm putting out a YouTube short every day. I'm putting out LinkedIn. And then I've just started incorporating Snapchat and TikTok again. TikTok, obviously, I ran that bag up to 200K, so I kind of know the process, but I'm also a bit shadow banned still to this day, which is a bit weird. But Snapchat's the latest one I've got into, which is kind of, getting into the creator funnel within Snapchat is going to be very, very much beneficial. And then shorten it down to as short as possible without me doing it. So hiring out editors. So I have a full-time editor right now, which is really, really good. But for me, a lot of the time, it comes from different things. So it's like, okay, you want to create a lot of Twitter things. It's like, well, what is a tweet? Or it's a written word. So every day I'm journaling. So all my tweets come from my journals. When I'm recording a video, I'll record it either a podcast, I'll record a video for YouTube, I'll record something. That's how I kind of get my content. Now I also do within my mentorship, I do 3 calls, live calls a week. So they can go anywhere between an hour to 3 hours. From there, I send it to the editor. So the editor's got 9 to 12 hours per week to scrape anything he wants from there. So these are kind of the ways. It's like so I've gone for the like almost like the jackknife approach, like to do as much content as physically possible. the way that I'm going to change in 2024 is a lot more premium content. So instead of just sitting in the camera, it's more these like one-off spur of the moment, inspirational, and try to hit the demographic a little bit differently. So, we live in such an attention economy that you have to kind of teach your audience how to actually watch your videos. You can't just keep putting 15-second videos out or 3-hour videos out, as we've known from massive companies that have put 3-hour videos out that no one really watches anymore. So you kind of have to teach them so that, anywhere between 4 to 12 minutes is just that prime spot for YouTube. And then you got to find out what platform are you resonating with both, because the same content you put on Twitter can't be the same content on YouTube, because everyone is at a different IQ level. So everyone's going to resonate. Usually we have to take a bit of content with someone and they have to watch it. They have to break their paradigm and then lift them up a level. That's going to be different on TikTok versus YouTube. So on TikTok, you're going to get someone that's like a below the average IQ that hasn't had their prefrontal cortex even dropped, right? They're 18-year-old or 16-year-old that just wants to get better. So their IQ level is just like how to talk to women. Here's 4 steps, right? That's kind of good. But when you go on a YouTube or a Twitter, you can get that content, but you're not going to develop an audience. So you got to go a little bit high Q instead of being like your paradigm shifter can be, all right, so you can't do canned lines. You got to go more natural. The reason why here is the natural. So it's a much higher IQ thing. And then you got Twitter, which is this is how you systematically, fundamentally break down how to talk to high value guys. You're going to hit these 3 pillars because it's on a much higher IQ. So these are the ways that content works. And so when you really understand it, you think it's like, oh, I'm just putting it out, but you gotta think like, how are they consuming it? How are they integrating into their life? How are they watching it? What am I teaching them? And that's how you build the audience. So you're going to see a lot more different stuff for me. For me, it's a more of a lifestyle stuff, and all these lifestyle guys aren't teaching lifestyle. It's like fucking show your lifestyle. So I'm like, oh, okay. So this year I'm going on a massive lifestyle kind of binge in terms of showing everything and documenting as much as possible.
Oh, very, very nice answer there. So the way I'm doing it is since May 2023, less than a year ago, I
Hmm.
started really making lots of YouTube shorts, and I started posting, I don't know, maybe one per day, or it got to one per day
Hmm.
pretty quickly. And then after a few months, I began having such an excess of content for YouTube Shorts specifically that I started doing 2 per day. So we're at 2 per day now. And in the
Awesome.
last few days, I'm now at 2 to 3 per day. So it's going up and up and up. And fuck it, even like back in September a few months ago, or even before that, I had shorts lined up every day for fucking months. So I was like, I might as well just up it to 2. And because obviously the timeline I'm producing way too much compared to
Yeah,
each
the
day.
YouTube short scheduler. That's a hack. I definitely recommend that.
Yeah, it's
Schedule to the end of the
beautiful.
year.
And pretty quickly our YouTube channel doubled in subscribers within a few weeks. And
Fantastic.
the views reached 1 million. We went to 5,000 subscribers. But now, as of just under a month ago, I think, I was like, now that I have Instagram Reels are the same as YouTube Shorts or the same as TikTok, whatever videos. Um, so I realized, well, I already realized it, but I figured even though I don't really give much of a shit about Instagram, I might as well take some of the most successful
Mhm.
YouTube Shorts in terms of stats
Yep.
and post 1 per week on Instagram. And I have done that 4 weeks in a row now. And my
Mhm.
third one got more than 1 million views. And
Well
normally I get
done.
like a few hundred views or a few thousand views. Most I ever got before that was 10,000 views or just under on Instagram. And I never really posted much on Instagram anyway, especially in the last few years. Definitely not videos at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, just 2 weeks ago, 1 million views, and that only took 5 days, I think, or 6 days to reach 1 million. When I
Wow.
posted it, um, on because I tend to do it on Wednesdays, and then that was in the afternoon. I woke up and there were suddenly like 100,000 views. I was like, what the fuck? And then it
Crazy,
fucking
right?
going, kept fucking going. And now it just says like 1.1 million. I don't know how much it's doing
Wow.
every single day, but that was super recent. So yeah, my in terms of scheduling on
Mm,
YouTube Shorts, 2 to 3 per day we're at now. That's
Mhm.
just mine. Keep in mind it's a shared channel, but the other guys aren't really uploading much anyway.
sure.
So the vast majority is mine. And then I take some of that, post one per week, and this only started a month ago on Instagram. I should up that super
Okay.
soon. And
Your channel is
what
shared, sorry guys.
is what?
It's
Shared.
shared. Oh,
Yeah,
who
so
you, I didn't know.
Game Global is me and Kieran Callum and Joe Elvin. But
Uh,
over the last few years, it's like I it wasn't until just one year and 1 week ago was when I really started making content, because before that I was really only doing like 4 videos a year, maybe. I'm fucking serious. But the other guys were also making videos. But because everyone was like, the other two guys especially travel a lot. They don't have this particular schedule. They have like on seasons, off seasons, stuff like that. But I really dedicated myself to it just over a year ago, because I realized my wife just had a diagnosis of a brain tumor and she was going through brain surgery. And when that brain surgery was happening, which was 8 or 12 hours long, I was interviewing Michael Sartain and Raul Tomasi, and it was my first time interacting with Raul Tomasi. And that in that moment, I decided I need to make videos every single fucking week or something like that. So 2023, I really fucking put the pedal to the metal and um made content every single week, published content on YouTube every single week, apart from 1 week that I missed. And now I'm posting one normal video per day, but most of these are clips from the other panels. And I didn't make any new content in December, and that was the only month I didn't make new content, but we were still posting lots of stuff, and we're getting hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube alone every month. I just hope my Instagram can consistently give me millions more.
Yeah.
Because I just posted like Tinder statistics yesterday, I think. So I was like, give me 1 million views on this one, because this will fucking make me rich for this
Yeah.
specific video, because it's related to the AI that I created. Because the AI
Heck
can
yeah.
notify you of when Tinder's best day of the year is. And by the way, that's because you guys are in Australia. That's happening right now, 7 January, first Sunday of the year. But anyway, yeah. Just like me
Sick.
and Sam were saying, you really just got to make the time for it. Put it on your calendar, Google Calendar, as I say,
Mhm.
and the rest will follow. It's a process. It's a habit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to embrace the hate. That's the kind of thing. There's two metrics that I'll give. Your 5,000 video, your 5,000 a video that gets 5,000 views or 1,000 views is more impactful for your business than 1,000,000 views. I got told by a TikToker that, and the idea is that those 1,000 views are usually going to be your audience, rather than the
Mhm.
1,000,000 views. It's going to be so many more people that have never seen you. So the idea of like when a person finds you, then versus a person buys from you is like usually like for me it's like a 2 month period. So the more times they can get like they get the videos on their system, it's actually the lower viewed videos rather than the higher viewed videos, which is kind of crazy. But you also need those discovery videos that are viral at the same time.
Yeah, that
More
does
people.
make sense. Yeah, the video that I did post that got 1 million views, was just a clip of Ross Jeffries. I wasn't in the
Mm.
video. We did a video with Ross Jeffries analyzing this clip, but in that particular short, or reel, I was not in it, so it didn't really count towards anything. So I kind of would have expected that anyway, but that's why I'm hoping. I want 1 million videos on 1 million views on this one, because this one
Yeah,
I
on a
there's a
specific one.
CTA and everything, and there's me, all that stuff.
Yeah,
And
100%.
it's like that would be great. But yeah, definitely makes sense.